It's so freaking special. It really is. It is. Whether you love some or you love none, we're going to spread it here tonight. No question about it. But, right? It was Greg Allman who said, but home, he'll always run back to Melissa. And I think I changed the lyrics there because I want to say at the very beginning of the song, he says, knowing many, loving none. How dare I change the lyric? I didn't even intend to. It just kind of came out that way. We're all about the love. No doubt. June 4th. Are you kidding me? This has been sensational. It's been one of the greatest summers. And I thought about it. I was talking about with Frank and Hayes. The Knowles suck. The Red Sox suck. I mean, it's like, and I'm just so happy anyway. It's amazing to me. I just think back of the way that I used to be and how stuff like that would just affect me immensely. I mean, mornings, afternoons, nights, riding on each and every pitch. Listen, it's almost the year that I lost my dad, June 9th, going back home to Boston in I guess 8 days. And I promised everyone, just give me one. I just want to see, I haven't seen one. He saw 4. After all the heartbreak. So I guess it's just easier to deal with when Brian Bello goes out today and then the first 2 innings, he allows 8 runs. It's like I promised that would be the case, so I've moved on. All right, Florida State baseball, listen, there's plenty of venomous snakes in God's country. Some things just aren't going to happen. Some things just aren't meant to be. See Buffalo. They're never going to win a championship in my lifetime. The question is, are they ever going to win a championship in your lifetime? I say, hell no. Josh Allen just turned 30. Not going to work in Buffalo. The Sabres as well. Royally screwed in 1999 by Brett Hull and the Stars. Not going to happen. Florida State Seminole baseball, same deal. But they're not going to win it, okay? You just have to come along and accept it. So instead, I just do other things and try to enjoy my life. I mean, after all, you can't control any of that. But the angst and the fact that you are miserable as a sports fan, I can absolutely, totally relate to that. It's about overcoming it. And again, for many of you, until you win it, hold the grudge, okay? I'm never, ever, actually I was earlier in my life, okay? I don't remember who I had the conversation with, but it was really telling, and that is a personal grudge. If you have a personal grudge with someone, get over yourself because no one cares, okay? Seriously, no one cares. You're wasting energy. You're taxing yourself out on something that no one else cares about. Now, holding a grudge against a team, holding a grudge against a franchise or an organization, I'm absolutely all about that. I had a very spirited conversation a couple of weeks after the loss in New England, see January 2018, when right here in town, Doug Marrone, Nate Hackett had that opportunity to cut the head off of the snake. Bob Kraft, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, Danny Amendola had a chance to just slice the head right off, and they didn't. Instead, they were cowards, right? They sat on the ball. They were so you want to puke? You want to lose quick weight? Go back and read the play-by-play of the Jaguars' fourth quarter with the lead in Foxborough, Massachusetts, back in the AFC Championship game. Go look at it. It's the exact same every drive. Run on first down, pass on second down, pass on third down, punt. Okay? They didn't try to win it. And the Miles Jack wasn't down is all that you're going to remember. You're not going to remember the A.J. Boye 15-yard penalty. You're not going to remember allowing the pass to Danny Amendola on 3rd and 18. You're going to remember Miles Jack wasn't down. Miles Jack wasn't down. And again, I talked with a former player about this right after it happened. He's like, get over it, bro. Turn the page. And I'm like, screw that. What are you talking about? Turn the page. Just because you as athletes, you who actually play the game, in most instances, you're over the loss by the time you take off your shoulder pads. We see what happens at the 50-yard line, players grabbing one another, maybe stick a tongue in the ear, everyone loving and smiling. And it's, they are professionals. They will move on. Fans do not. Fans are crushed. Fans are devastated. If you have let the 2018 Miles Jack wasn't down go by, you're better than I am. I'll take that with me until I fall into the wooden box. Okay? And I think, frankly, you should as well. That's what being a sports fan is all about. It is suffering with the difficult times. I'll never mention the P word on this show. As far as I'm concerned, it's one of the 7 words I will never, ever say. It's a fireable word. Pay shit. I won't say it. I won't say it. Nick Foles said it. Nick Foles rolled in here and gave you the trials and tribulations and all of that. I'll never tell you, Jaguar fans, another word for sit back and relax. Okay? It'll come eventually. Damn it, it needs to come right now. This year, Trevor Lawrence needs to pick up his game to where he is elite. Trevor Lawrence needs to have a passer rating of over 100. Okay? Can he do that? History will say, no way. Not even close. I mean, that is a foolish pipe dream. Why would you even spill that out in the early part of June? Well, I'll tell you why. You had 9 quarterbacks who had a quarterback rating of better than 100 a year ago. You also had 2 others who were over 99% in the likes of Dak Prescott and Sam Darnold. Quick, who would you rather have as a quarterback of the Jaguars? Lawrence or Dak Prescott? Lawrence or Sam Darnold? And I get it. Sam Darnold just won a Super Bowl, okay? As a matter of fact, this is such a copycat league. We have gone through 2 consecutive Super Bowl victories where quarterbacks, by most, are not considered franchise. Jalen Hurts 2 years ago, and certainly Sam Darnold, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, whenever it was. Can he get over 100%? I talked about the drops that this organization has had back to 2021. I got destroyed by a few people on social media saying I'm throwing out lies, okay? If I'm going to lie about something, it's not going to be dropped passes, okay? Let me get that out to begin the program for you. Everything that I see, I read. Now, the data's different depending on where you do go. I just Googled it again. I saw the record setting was for Trevor Lawrence, where there were 45 drop passes. I want to say that was maybe 3 years ago. Let me see if I can dig that up again. If not, I'll get it during the very first break. But he needs to be a more accurate passer. And we clearly understand that Trevor Lawrence was not good in the first 8 games of the season. He was not good until the brilliance of Liam Cohen settled in. Until Liam Cohen said, stop worrying about making a mistake. Let it go. Make some plays. All right? I love that. And it really was arguably in a year where everything turned around, outside of Cohen in this organization never getting way, way, way too high after dominant victories in the second half of the year, or way, way too low after really devastating blows. 19-point loss, blown, 19-point lead, I should say, blown fourth quarter in Houston. Bad penalty on Travis Hunter in Cincinnati, getting just destroyed in London with that incredible home field advantage, right? They overcame all of that. So outside of that, I think the best part of a year ago was what Cohen said the the Trevor Lawrence. And look at what he did in the second half of the season. His last 9 games, he was over 100% passer rating in those 9 games. So, kind of want to explore this a little bit. And I think I have so much to this answer to really begin the show. Let's point right to the guy who's been turning heads early on in minicamp. That's Brian Thomas Jr., okay? He was lost a year ago. He was lost in camp. He was lost at the start of the year. He was obviously shaken up in that preseason game against Pittsburgh where he had his bell rung, and maybe that was just it. We still don't have an answer to what was wrong. I read again, 49% of the passes that he was thrown a year ago, that was his completion rate. Well, I just did the math. That's wrong. Okay, it's actually 52.7%. He caught 48 of the 91 balls. That's terrible. That is awful. You go back to his rookie season, he caught 65.4% of his balls, 87 for 133. Now, Mac Jones threw many of them, not Trevor Lawrence. And what else happened when he was a rookie? His route tree was so much more than it was a season ago because of his limitations. And I'm going to say mentally, not necessarily physically, because we saw what he could do as a rookie. But mentally, was he gun shy? Was he afraid to go over the middle? He alligator armed a few. They changed his route tree. He became a go guy. He became a deep guy. And the end result of that, obviously his catches were way down from his rookie season. I really think if you consider the storylines that go into this football team, and there are plenty, all right? And I'll say this, I don't mind. Most are really good. I mean, most of the storylines of this football team are really, really good. Okay? It's not like a year ago at this time where we had no clue. We had absolutely no idea. That's not the case. I mean, it's good. Can it get better? All right? Will players, that top 100 list that came out yesterday, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I may mention that after our first break. CBS did it and dropped 2 players on their list. They threw basically every quarterback in there, put Trevor in at 99. So the talent has always been there. He can't make mistakes. It was actually a pretty fair analysis. And then with, Travis Hunter, they ripped him. They went on and said the guy didn't play well. He was a disappointment before the injury. And, I'm like, is that really the truth? I mean, think about it for a minute. If so, fine. If you think he underachieved, fine. But let's also consider what I said about 3 or 4 minutes ago. Look at where the team was in the first 8 games. Look at where Trevor Lawrence and the offense was in the first 8 games. And look what happened during the second half of the season. Hunter was not a part of the second half of the season. I'm fascinated. If you think he was a disappointment, please let me know. Okay? I mean, by all means. And to me, it's just a total incomplete. Only playing 7 games. And again, the biggest disappointment of all that is that we knew because of Thomas's problems that in garbage time, the success that Hunter had, and certainly the only touchdown that he scored, during that blowout late in the fourth quarter, he was going to be the featured wide receiver the very next week in Houston. And, of course, he injured himself over at the Miller Electric Center in a non-contact drill. So I don't understand that. But, again, this is someone from the national media who wrote it. Again, I love your thoughts on it as I request each and every night right here on the program. Okay, so to me, that's a mammoth storyline. And that is, how is Brian Thomas used? Do we see the screen game? Do we see the short stuff? Do we see the crossing patterns? Do we see him use the sidelines? Or has he become run downfield? You're fast. Take a corner with you. We'll have Trevor throw it. And that's it. If it's the latter, then, boy, that's disappointing. If it's the former, then it could be absolutely sensational. It could be career-changing for this guy in year 3. Speaking of wide receivers, man, there's been some really bizarre signings the last couple of days. I want to get to that tonight as well. How does that measure up to Parker Washington, who I expect to sign a contract before training camp gets underway? How do things set up now for Brenton Strange? I think that he is on the docket as the number 2 guy to sign, ahead of Anton Harrison, ahead of anyone on defense, which obviously at this point includes Antonio Johnson in the final year of his contract. My goodness, is that the time? Man, am I having fun? I can't believe it. I've really overshot the runway. All right, I'll tell you more about him in a little bit, but I want to, as I always say, tell you that tonight's show is brought to you by the good folks at Shmunez Vision. Check them out online. Just go to Shmunez Vision.
Sharing ideas.
We all want a victory!
And emotions.
We all want a victory!
1010XL.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Steaks sizzling, drinks flowing, friends gathered together. Your dream backyard starts with CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. You dream it, they build it. Outdoor kitchens, fire pits, fireplaces, and more. Visit CSSFireplaces.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Have you tried a Form energy drink yet? You need to, and it's available at Gate. 4 great tastes, screaming free to Blue Blitz, Orange Fury, and Grape Smash. Form energy, natural flavors, natural caffeine, and electrolytes for hydration are a perfect blend for energy and mental focus. Find it at Gate.
What U.S. state has an island inhabited by monkeys? The answer next.
For over 20 years, Southern Oak Insurance has given Floridians a better alternative to their current homeowners policy. See what you can get with Southern Oak. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
South Carolina is home to one of the country's most unusual animal colonies. More than 3,000 monkeys living on a secluded island.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like customer service associate at a dry cleaning shop.
Yeah, hi. I'm here to pick up my suit.
Ah, yes. Here you go.
There must be a mistake. This is too small.
It shrunk a whole lot. Look on the bright side. Now you have a suit you can give to a child.
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Summer break means the kids are home and your plumbing is working overtime. If something's acting up and backing up, call Duck Duck Rooter. We've got years of experience and honest pricing that's as straightforward as our fixes. With the Summer Splash Plumbing promotion, receive 1 free drain cleaning with any plumbing repair of $500 or more. Fix what's wrong, clear what's clogged, and get back to enjoying your summer.
When you're stuck, call the Duck.
904-862-6769. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Getting a lot of stuff on Melissa. And the 0976 is taking me through how he came up with the name. Yeah, I'm absolutely aware of that. I really loved Greg Allman's book. What was the name of it? On the tip of my tongue. Really, really good autobiography. And I remember, I want to say it was the same night that Daly's opened and Tedeschi Trucks opened, that's the night that Greg passed. I believe that's the case. It may have been year 2, year 3 at Daly's and Tedeschi Trucks, but I don't know that for sure. I forget. Everything seems to run together. I do have 2 friends, Derek Trucks and Susan Tedeschi. Will you be my friend? JJ, please, will you be my friend?
You know, Jim Nance is also your friend.
He is. He is.
You have at least 4 friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's called My Cross to Bear.
Ah, what a great book. What a phenomenal book. And, you know, I had to learn a lot about Southern rock. They put a little bit of the Almonds. They put a little bit of Leonard Skinner, a little bit of, let's say, you know, Flirting with Disaster with Molly Hatchet. They drop on you, Marshall Tucker Band. They're doing, you know, growing up in Boston, there wasn't a lot of Southern rock. So I had to learn a whole heck of a lot about it, but I had no idea that he was with Cher. And I had no idea he was with that porn star, Savannah, who like blew her head off because she got like a bump on her nose. She got like a scratch on her nose. And she said, that's it. I'm going to call it a career. And it was shocking. I mean, she really hung with the Guns N' Roses and Poison and Motley Crue. I mean, she was a groupie type. As a matter of fact, in the book, I mean, it's even dangerous. I don't even know if she was the age of 18.
She was 16.
Yeah.
Shannon Wisely, who later went by Savannah.
Right. Yeah. Back in the arts of that profession, Savannah was a star. And I don't know what's happened to that profession either. I'm out of the game. I'll be the first to raise my hand and say, I'm just out of the game. I really am. All right, tonight's show brought to you by the Alexander Law Practice. My goodness, man, the morons driving around town, it is insane. And I shouldn't say around town, it's everywhere, right? I mean, every city I go to, every place I go to, I was boiling down Phillips today, which is 45 miles an hour. You know, if you go between, like, let's say Sunbeam and Bay Meadows. I got my big GMC truck maxed out over from the good folks over here at Key, located right on South Side. I'm barreling down. I'm listening. I got Frank. I got Hayes on. What else could possibly be better? Nothing until there's a guy going about 30 miles an hour in the left lane on a 45 mile per hour road. You know it. I know it. No matter where you go, it happens. Now, carelessness, selfishness on the road, what does it do? It leads to accidents. Most accidents, you're the victim. If you're up against it right now and you're all alone, you're petrified, you don't know what to do, okay? You think, I can't call a lawyer because I can't afford it, right? It's going to cost too much money. You never come out of pocket. Never a retainer fee. Never a consultation fee. Plus, you deal directly with Rick Alexander. He is with each and every one of his clients. So if you've been injured, if your car is totaled, no matter what it is, just go to AlexanderLawPractice.com. Yeah, so back to the grocery store. That's where Melissa came from. Greg Allman was checking out. I'm going to say Allman at the grocery store picked up 24-pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon, 2 packs of Marlboro Longs, and a beef jerky. That's what I'm going to say he went with. But some lady was screaming, Melissa, 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 and that's what he put in to the song. So there's really no meaning to it
I
outside
love
of that.
I love when you hear stuff like that because everyone in their head makes their own like deep something, this must mean this or that. And it comes out, no, this is nonsense.
Yep. No doubt.
Fantastic song. My mom's favorite band of all time.
It's just, there are some songs you just never get tired of hearing. There are many that you do, but that's one that.
Yes.
And I stumbled on that on my recliner massage chair a little bit earlier today. I mean, I got up around 11. It was like 1:30. I was like, damn, man, I'm feeling kind of tired. Should I take a nap? Or no, I said no. So instead I went in the recliner and I started prepping. I had already prepped for the minute I got up. Before I sipped my first coffee at 11 o'clock, black coffee, I was already prepping for the show. But I got in the recliner, JJ, and somehow it got pulled up with Greg Allman on David Letterman singing Melissa acoustic.
I would love to see your algorithm, like just the randomness, like something like that. And I'm sure there's tons of sports, and then, God, who knows?
All right, let's look here. Serial killers.
Yeah, exactly. See, there you go.
Well, there's a middle-aged gal in a bikini.
I knew it. It wasn't too far away.
Here's a man walking down the beach with a puppy. Yeah, that's me. That's me. No, I have no idea. I don't know how that pulls. I remember like years ago, I was like, why do I think he remember what it might have been Instagram or what. I don't know what it was. Made the mistake of asking my oldest daughter. I'm like, why do I always have these things that pop up my Instagram? I don't get it. She looks to me, she's like, it's because that's what you go to, Dad.
That's what you like.
I was like, oh, man, I just got schooled. I just got absolutely schooled. Hey, speaking of schooling, how about Ohtani last night, man? I mean, this has become appointment viewing every fifth day, man. He goes to 6-2 on the year, 6 innings last night, shutout ball, 2 hits. He actually had more hits himself than he allowed. He had 3 hits, walked twice, so he came up six times, went on base 5 times. And he's now eligible as far as enough starts, enough innings to, go into the overall statistics. He's got an earned run average of 0.74. JJ, he's got a whip of 0.79. And we're in June.
And it's always like soft contact. You never see when he does give up hits. It's never like some guy 110 off the bat, for a home run. And he's out there sweating his ass off because, like you said, like their lineup is so good. I feel like every single inning he's up. And then he'll walk, and so he's got to run the bases, and then immediately has to go out there and pitch. Like, I can't imagine how mentally draining it must be. I mean, the Arizona Diamondbacks are not a bad team.
No.
And to completely shut that offense down like that. And he does it every single game now. And I'm glad that he's finally, able to rank up there with the rest of these guys in the ERA title race, because the National League is going to have a very fun Cy Young race.
It's going to be... I think Paul Skeens is basically out of it. And they pulled him after 4 2/3 yesterday in the lead, and then the bullpen surrendered it. They ended up losing the game.
Yeah, you can't afford to have 3 straight bad outings.
Christopher Sanchez, 50 2/3 innings of scoreless baseball. That was snapped last night in the 7th inning. I think it was the left fielder with the beard in Philadelphia. He had a Barry Bonds type of throw when Sid Bream was sent home. It's on the tip of my tongue right now, but it was one of the worst throws. I mean, I think really good left fielders. Brandon Marsh, thank you. I mean, it was one of the worst. It was at least Barry Bonds made it to. I think it was it Javi? Oh no, it might have been Spanky Lavalier. It might have, who was the catcher then for the Pittsburgh Pirates, but yeah. So anyway, it's snap. He has a record now for the 11. Most scoreless innings for a wrong armor, but still trails a couple of guys, including Orel Hershiser and Don Drysdale. Garrett Cole got beat yesterday. I mean, this has been some really good pitching so far this year in Major League Baseball.
Mizorowski in the National League, another one. He throws like 103 every single time. The Burns kid from the Reds is really good. And then, of course, Chris Sale. We got Chris Sale tonight, won it a couple years ago. Chris
Sale, I think, is going to hit the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I mean, the numbers change. You look at WHIP, you look at ERA, you look at strikeouts. I still think you need 200 wins. That could change in the future of Major League Baseball where they start allowing players in with less than 200 wins. I don't think there is a starter in the Hall of Fame with less than 200 wins. I could be wrong.
Well, you know who just got their 100th win?
Yeah, DeGrom.
And he's like a lock for the Hall of Fame.
37.
Yeah.
And like a night ago, he was going for the same night that Francisco Rodriguez was going for it in Arizona. I love the numbers. There
Eduardo Rodriguez.
Thank you. There are 14 pitchers right now in Major League Baseball with 100 or more victories. And there's 2 with more than 200, and they're basically done. In, the Scherzer and Verlander. Okay, I got to take a break. I needed to do that. Let's get back to you, though. Getting a lot of good stuff that's rolling in, whether it's on the Allman Brothers, whether it is here's a guy telling me it wasn't Amendola on 3rd and 18. He says it was Chris Hogan. It was Amendola.
He's getting his white guys mixed
up. Are you kidding me? I was the sideline. I was right there. I mean, I talk about it whenever that miserable situation presents itself. It was a 3rd and 18, and Danny Amendola caught a 21-yard pass. I'll bet on it. I haven't bet in 10 years, and I'll bet on that.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. If you love your dad or husband, but their garage is a mess, well, I've got good news for you. Closets by Design's Father's Day sale is here. Imagine custom cabinets for tools and beach gear, storage walls that actually organize the chaos, and durable garage flooring that makes the whole space feel brand new. It's the perfect gift for just about any dad. Right now, get 40% off plus an extra 15% off with free installation. Schedule your free consultation today. ClosetsByDesign.com. Imagine Dad's garage totally organized.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball is home at ViStar Ballpark this week and weekend. Join us tonight for Pride Night and Coors Light Thirsty Thursday with Hair Band Night Friday and Jacob Berry Championship Home Run Bobblehead brought to you by Roland Reese Plumbing and ViStar on Saturday, plus Kids Mean Day on Sunday, 6-7. Get your tickets now at jackshrimp.com. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable, family, fun.
Don't miss the Bari Breakdown with Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays around 1:35 for the latest in sports injury from all the big names in the game. Who's MIA? Who's coming back? Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays at 1:35 on 1010 XL 92.5 FM.
Hey, Googans, Hicken here, and I just want to once again give you this very simple reminder. Wear sunscreen. If you're outside a lot, bring the screen. Put some in your truck, on your boat, in your golf bag. Whatever, wherever, just use it, please. It's hot out there, and I just want you to protect yourself. I use it like it's cool because I think it is. But what's not cool, that's skin cancer. You don't want to deal with that. Go get yourself checked out. It could save your life. Go to beachesdermatology.com and schedule your appointment today. That's beachesdermatology.com.
Hey friends, Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Have you ever stored a gallon of leftover paint, opened the can years later, and it's rusty, crusty, and unusable? Next time, secure the lid tightly to ensure no leaks and store the can upside down. Oxygen can't get to it, therefore no rust and no crust. If you'd like more tips or have a question about a project, we'd love to help. Go to performance-painting.com. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting! New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. And when warm weather is here, we got to take advantage of it, Greg. What does Honda have, especially for beach weather?
It's riding season. Full line of small motorcycles, scooters, you name it, they've got it. We also have a full line of Vespa scooters in stock and ready to ride to the beach today.
If you log on cyclesofjacksonville.com, they've got it all.
Got it all. Cyclesofjacksonville.com. Come and see us there or on the showroom.
Atlantic and Regency, check out Cycles of Jacksonville.
Step into Twin Peaks and you're in the lodge. Warm wood, roaring TVs, and the kind of energy your living room wish it was. Wings, burgers, ice cold 29-degree beers, and a vibe that keeps you planted for the final buzzer. ET here for Twin Peaks. Eat, drink, scenic views.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Game 2 tonight on ice. Vegas, man, they've won 7 in a row. I forecasted a Carolina win in Game 1 and the under. Couldn't be more wrong. It was Vegas and the over. We'll see tonight. 5.5 is the total. Fired up to see that. Plus Game 2 of the College World Series in softball. Texas trying to repeat. They're up 1-0 in the best of 3 over Texas Tech. All right, I just looked it up again. The 24-20 victory by the Patriots over the Jaguars AFC Championship game 2018. First and 10 from the 33. No huddle shotgun. Tom Brady sacked by Marcel Darius. Loss of 8 yards. Second and 18 from the 25. New England's 25. Tom Brady pass incomplete deep middle to Chris Hogan. Third and 18 at the New England 25. Tom Brady pass deep middle to Danny Amendola to the New England 46 for 21 yards. There you go. That great defense right there. Lost to the greatest player in the history of the game. It was part of an 8-play, 85-yard drive, taking 3 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock. At the time, Jacksonville was up 20-10. And get used to this. 3 plays, 9 yards, 1:34, punt. That was the Jaguars' possession. Followed up by 5 plays, 22 yards, 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Punt. Next possession, 3 plays, -1 yard, 55 seconds. Punt. Okay? End of the game. Jaguars 6 plays, 32 yards, 1:01. They turn the ball over on downs. Go back and read the play-by-play of their last 4 possessions. It is the definition of gutless and being a total coward in a situation where you had a chance to win. And what happened 2 weeks later? I know you don't want to hear the name Doug Peterson. I know you don't want to hear the name Nick Foles. But what did they do? They tried to win the game. They put up 41 points. They ran a Philly special. They tried to win. Doug Marrone and Nate Hackett did not. They looked at the clock and tried to get out of there. So damn right you should take that with you. Don't turn the page on it. You should be aggravated. And if you want to go to all Miles Jack, fine. But there are other elements that led to that as well. You remember this Chrissy Freud girl? The one who got fired from USA Today?
No.
The one who commented on Diana Rossini?
Oh, yes.
And she was let go? Well, apparently she's on the cusp of dropping some major information coming out tomorrow and Saturday. Here's her quote.
A 2-day drop.
Right. Here's her quote. Quote, I lost my job in part for attempting to blow the lid off the NFL's open secret that some female sports reporters rumored to include some of the most prominent names in the business trade sex for stories. Okay?
So are we talking Rappaport, Shefty?
We are, I guess. But I followed her because, I want to be in the know.
Yeah.
But here's what I've learned that I never knew before. Okay? And this is the best part. This is why I'm such a huge fan now of Chrissy Freud. It has absolutely nothing to do whatsoever that she is going to dump on these other members of the media. But she used to be a breeder of dogs. And she was a show dog girl. She was a
would walk
professional.
them around.
She was a professional show dog girl.
I love that.
You talk about
How
a
do you
great
get into
life.
that? Yeah. Listen, have you ever seen a Best in Show?
No.
Whoa!
No.
Dude.
No,
this
no,
is
no.
like one of the funniest movies you will ever see in your entire life.
What's
bro.
it called? I don't like comedies. I like.
Oh, you'll love this.
I like when the
dude.
bad guy gets away.
No, this is it's Best in Show. It's not only a comedy, it's a mockumentary. So it's filmed like it's a real documentary, but all the actors are obviously, or all the people in it are obviously actors. But it is freaking hilarious. It's about like people who have their dogs in the whatever the #1 dog show is, like the big one in New York.
USA Network used to always run.
Dude, you watch it without commercials.
It's
just genius, man. It's seriously the funniest freaking movie you've ever seen. But I can't watch a dog show without thinking of that movie. It's impossible.
I am a huge fan of Chrissy Freud. I mean, she comes right out here and she's talking about some guy by the name of Harper, and she goes on to say, and I quote, Harper was one of my best clients when I was a professional show dog handler.
Wait, is Harper the dog?
I don't know. I don't know if the client was the human being who dropped off the dog or if Harper was actually I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
She lived. And how do you go from that into being an NFL reporter?
Don't know. The obvious deal is once this comes out, it's going to be, again, her word against the denials, regardless of who these allegations come out against. And again, it's not against the law. It's just
right.
It's just seedy.
Do you think anything's going to actually, even if she is telling the truth, do you think there's any like salacious story that's going to come out of this, or is this just someone who got fired seeking attention?
I think a lot of people, I think most people are going to say what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right there. I do. I really believe this, that where we are now, you almost need some video proof.
Oh, yeah. Or picture at bare minimum.
Just to come out and name a reporter and say that she was with, a GM or coach.
It's not enough.
It honestly is not. If the Rossini pictures never came out with Vrabel, it never would have gotten the distance that it has. But, there's such things as Friday news dumps. This could be absolutely just enormous tomorrow.
I just think, like, if she had something, why wait till June 4th when the story's been kind of wrapped up for, like, weeks at this point?
Maybe she was involved in some dog showing.
Yes, exactly.
All right, maybe some of that went on that we weren't aware of. By the way, when did the dog shows roll through Duval? I mean, I can't think of a better way.
Have one.
If so, I hope they have it like, in the middle of the afternoon on like a Saturday. I can't think of a better way to spend a weekend than going to a dog show.
The next show is
they're not on tour right now?
June 10th through the 14th.
Okay.
At the Florida State Fairgrounds, a premier AKC sanctioned showcase.
Grooming is going to be such a big part of that. And I wonder, like, the strategy with, let's say, diet, the strategy with, let's say, the haircut, the prepping of the nails. I mean, what else do you look for? Certainly white teeth.
Yeah, they always look under the grill.
Dogs have veneers.
They lift their tail. I don't know what's going on back there.
They got a Koi Dental. Yeah.
Yes.
But, I don't know what else to look for. And I don't know if it's seasonal. There are certain times of year where the dog, its fur is maybe would with a lot of sunlight or perhaps the lack of sun. I don't know. There's so many
And
things.
they have to be like pure.
Such a wonderful thing to try to learn about.
Yes, you can't have any mixed. You don't have any mutts in there. All right.
Right.
It's got to be purebred.
Oh my God!
Like
Yeah,
God
pedigree.
intended. Yes.
No doubt about it. All right, so there you go. This could be big tomorrow. We will see.
Yeah, exactly.
We will keep you updated on what is going on. But here's the way I've always looked at stuff like this. Let's get it out there before it comes. All right. If you truly are innocent, take them to court. Sue. You can sue anyone for anyone. If she's attempting to destroy your career, your marriage, and you are truly innocent, makes total sense to do that. That's the way I've always looked at it. You know, one thing as a criminology graduate, one thing that you always hear is you never put the man charged, you know, for homicide or rape on the stand. You never do. I've always disagreed with that. If you truly are innocent, damn right.
What do you
I
have
want
to
go up there and
lose?
defend myself.
What do you have to lose?
Right.
If you're the defense.
It's typically those who are absolutely guilty.
Yeah.
You know, Scott Peterson,
Yes.
what have you, who do not go up and allow the prosecutor to tear them apart.
Because just any little thing might trip you up.
We got plenty to do. This show is called Into the Night.
Some call him a media mogul.
I believe it to be a terrific performance by a very gifted actor.
We call him
I am bad to the core now.
Dan Hicken. Mornings on 1010XL.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
Prosser here. Get those boats ready. The Dailies Old School Kingfish Shootout presented by Yellowfin is almost here. Coming up Saturday, June 13th. Just go to oldschoolkingfish.com to find out more. The grand prize, a 21-foot Yellowfin hybrid boat worth $130,000. And with limited boundaries, no live bait buying, and no checkout, it's seriously old school fishing. That's why we call it the Old School Kingfish Tournament. Here's how you do it. Go online, sign up. You become part of what's always a terrific tournament. It's Old School Kingfish Shootout. oldschoolkingfish.com.
Here's a health and wellness tip from orthopedic specialists of Jacksonville.
Every joint in the body was designed for movement. Inactivity can cause stiffness, weakness, weight gain, and decrease in overall balance. So you should strive for at least 30 minutes a day of exercises that promote flexibility like yoga, strengthening with weights, and cardiovascular fitness like walking, swimming, or biking. The more you move, the better you will feel and your overall health will benefit. Let's get healthy, Jax. Go Jags.
Stay healthy with orthopedic specialists of Jacksonville.
Royal Pest Services, a local company you can trust. Royal Pest is a certified installer of tap insulation, which stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Reduce that electric bill by adding pest protection. It's that easy. Online at royalpestservices.com.
I just found out that Kuhn Flowers makes over 100 floral deliveries every single day. Hacker here, and when I need to send florals or a really cool gift, I head for Kuhn Flowers. They've been doing it for over 75 years. KuhnFlowers.com.
Frank Ranger here with Coach Delaney from Coil Fencing. You've been building winning teams at Fletcher for years. How does that correlate with installing fences here in Northeast Florida?
Well, Frank, at Coil Fencing, we like to take the coach approach. Implement a game plan and execute it on the field. That's been our winning recipe for 99 years.
And you tackle more than fences, right?
Absolutely. We also service and install automatic gates, perfect for multifamily communities, your business, or residents.
The best defense is a good offense. Visit CoilJacks.com. That's CoileJacks.com.
Credit
card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
We are about 90 minutes away from Game 2, the hockey capital of the world. Raleigh, North Carolina. Hockey purists wouldn't have it any other way. Here comes Las Vegas. They've won 2 in a row. Actually, 7 in a row, I should say. And 2-0 is what I wanted to get at. That was the situation pretty early on for Carolina. Nick Ehlers, 2 goals, including one 25 seconds into the game. But then Vegas would come back, get 5 goals from 5 different players. John Tortorella, who I am a big fan of, born in the same hospital that I was born in Concord, Massachusetts. I hated it they fired old buddy Bruce Cassidy. But the video on Tortorella talking about being patient, this was in game. Being patient, don't get away from your game. Opportunities are going to come. There's so much hockey left. Man, it was dead on. It was incredible. I don't want to say analysis by Tortorella because he's a coach, but it was more than coach speak. He absolutely nailed it. And you know what was really interesting in this game is the last 3 goals that Vegas got all started behind Carolina's goal line. Now, as great as Wayne Gretzky was, the best ever play the game, what he was able to do behind the opponent's net, we've never seen anything even close to that. The way that he could just put the puck on someone else's tape and, acquire assist after assist after assist. This was not like this. This was moving the puck from behind your opponent's goal line out into the ice, into the slot or whatever, and then give up the puck. And the result ended up being a goal. I mean, I really thought 2-0. There's just no way. The crowd was going crazy. Vegas only had 23 shots. I mean, these are 2 very good defensive teams. Carolina gives you no free ice. None. Okay? They are layered. As a matter of fact, it's almost eerie. They remind me a little bit of which I think was the worst part of the history of the National Hockey League back when New Jersey was so incredible with Jacques Lemaire and the neutral zone trapping. It was just awful. And, this was pre, lifting the red line and when the 2-line pass was still in effect. But I am blown away that they came back in that environment. I know it's a NASCAR town. I know it's a hockey town. I know those Carolina fans, for the most part, are wanting cheese, right? Right? I mean, have they spent $500 million yet to redo the field out on Tobacco Road, to have lazy boy recliners and nice little cup holders like they did at my university, Florida State? Spent $500 million on all that crap instead of spending money on the team. The kids don't care what the stadium looks like. 3/4, more than 3/4. 80%, 85% of your fan base don't care about that stuff. They care about winning. Students take off their shirts. Students paint their face. Students roll in with baggies of Jim Beam stuff down their shorts. They don't need lazy boy reclining seats. God, it just boils my blood when I think of the lack of leadership at Florida State. All right, power plays. They mean nothing. 0 for 5 in game one. Two very good penalty-killing teams. We'll see. A lot of people think a mistake played into it late in game one, right? The icing call, instead of just letting it go, the puck was probably 6 inches behind the red line. It's, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, in baseball's changed, but you remember the era in baseball where, again, if you were a second baseman or shortstop, all you had to do was basically be around the second base bag when the ball got there, and the ump was going to give you the call as you turn the double play. They've tightened up on that. Well, they almost always allow this to go on as just dumping the puck and not an icing. And they called it. And Carolina took advantage. They won the draw, got a shot off and scored. Vegas got it done anyway, deep into the third period. I'm fired up for this tonight. It's going to be a great game. You know, Carolina, you got to believe is... Carolina responded against Montreal, right? They had won 8 straight, had a long time off. Montreal scored 4 goals in the first period. They scored 6 overall. Then Carolina came back and won game 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I really don't care who wins. I don't have a... It just doesn't matter. I just want to watch good hockey. And I don't want the officials to have an effect on the outcome. That's all I cared about, honestly. All right, let's get ready for our second hour. Let's get you involved with the program. 641-1010. Let's bring up some of these wide receivers that have signed. I mean, Parker Washington is making more and more and more money by not doing anything, by waiting. I imagine that the negotiations continue, but if you look at the amount of money that's been tossed around, especially today to Christian Watson, I've always thought 16, 17 and a half, 18 million for Parker. Am I way off? Are we talking about that being much more than a... Let's explore. We'll do that in hour number 2.
Checkered flag is in the air. It's a checkered flag photo finish. Photo finish! This Sunday at Michigan International Speedway. Powered by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234 on Jacksonville's voice of NASCAR. 1010 XL.
Yeah, I know how awful it is to get injured, but not like my friend Tom who got rear-ended last year. Tom McManus here. Morgan & Morgan can help you. They're the largest personal injury law firm in the nation. 1,000 lawyers, 100 offices across the nation, and over $30 billion recovered. And guess what? They don't get a single penny unless you do. A proven track record with backup. Hard to find these days, but not with Morgan & Morgan. For the people, that's right. Get injured due to someone's neglect, get paid. Dial Pound Law or check out forthepeople.com.
After attending a Saturday Bumps and Bruises clinic by Southeast orthopedic specialists, my son's hip and shoulder issues were diagnosed quickly, and he's back playing. As a busy family, we really appreciate their prompt attention.
I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Buying a home with a septic system? Then there's one step you absolutely cannot skip, the inspection. Know for sure before you close. Call Duck Duck Rooter, Northeast Florida's only master septic contractor with the experience to inspect your system the right way, so there are no surprises later. Right now, take $50 off a full septic system inspection, including a detailed report. The small step that can save you from a big mistake.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
ET here for Service Master Restore. When disaster hits, you need a team dedicated to servicing communities when it matters most. That's why Service Master Restore partners with Hire Heroes USA. Together, we're working to bring the unmatched discipline and leadership of military veterans straight to local disaster recovery teams. Because when everything is on the line, you want the best on your side. Learn more at ServiceMasterRestore.com.
Something amazing is happening right now at Beards Diamonds. Now, for a limited time, you can pay $0 down and get 0 interest financing for 5 whole years. Yeah, Hicken here. You heard it right. That's $12,000 designer engagement ring, yours now for $200 a month. That makes everything affordable. How about a $6,000 diamond eternity band, $100 a month? Say goodbye to high interest rates. Get the relief you deserve at Beards Diamonds. But hurry, this incredible offer ends at the end of the month, June 30th, and will not be extended. How about a $3,000 pair of diamond earrings, $50 a month? Make any purchase, spread your payments over 5 years with 0 down and 0 interest financing. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, pendants, colored gemstone jewelry. Let the non-commissioned experts at Beards help you find the perfect piece of jewelry. Beards Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center, Jacksonville's premier locally owned jeweler. Shop now and enjoy 0 interest financing for 5 years. Hurry, this amazing offer ends June 30th. Shop local. Shop Beards Diamonds.
I'm Frank Franzi, and I want to thank our friends from Daly's for sponsoring our Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic, June 8th at Deer Creek Country Club. Now get this. For every fried chicken sandwich sold between now and then, Daly's will donate $1 to Walk-Off. That's right, for every single fried chicken sandwich sold between now and then, you help a young person in the community play baseball. So head to Daly's today and grab one of those delicious fried chicken sandwiches. And we'll see you at the Daly's Walk-Off Golf Classic, June 8th. Daly's. It's nicer here.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, we are loving it. It is such a good time of year, and the weather has been spectacular. I never look ahead. Hopefully that is the case this weekend as well. I think golf and the beach. You check again, make sure there's no dog showing award.
Not till next weekend, unfortunately.
Okay, because I would give up the beach and golf to go watch a dog show. That'd be a lot of fun. And, hey, that may be a part of tomorrow's show. It's feeling a tad bit eerie that we could have a major news dump on Friday. Can you name the other hit by this band? They're a 2-hit wonder.
Oh, my God. No. Golden Earring, did they sing like My Woman from Tokyo?
No, that would be Deep Purple.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Is that Deep? Yeah, that is Deep Purple. Right? Absolutely, it's Deep Purple. Look that up for me.
It is.
Yeah, okay. No,
always go with your first instinct.
Right.
No, I guarantee when I hear it, I'll know it, but I don't know.
Well, you can pull it up right now. It's it's Twilight Zone.
The theme?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Pull up Golden Earring Twilight Zone. And you know, there are certain, we talk about one-hit wonders. What do you call bands with 2 hits? Yeah, I don't know. I'll ask you. 641-1010 on the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. You can also join us on YouTube tonight.
Speaking of YouTube.
Go to 1010XL into the night.
They make me wait to watch a 5-second ad. Here we go.
Here we go. Oh, it's got a great bass line. Kind of a build-up. Kind of see JJ walking through a dark alley right now.
Oh, I know this one.
Then everyone falls in. Guy starts talking in the background. It's 2 a.m.
It's 2 a.m.
I got to tell you, after tonight, most games in Major League Baseball were played during the afternoon on a getaway Thursday. After Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final and Game 2 of the Women's College World Series softball, I may dive into a little bit late night with this right here. This sounds like a good time.
You might have to listen to a whole album.
ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. Is it a good video? I don't think I've ever seen the video.
I'm not watching the video. It's just like one of those pictures. It's very 80s.
Yeah. Released in 1982. I just looked it up. All right. 14-point lead surrendered last night at home by San Antonio. I just talked about Carolina surrendering an early 2-0 lead at home in game one of the Stanley Cup final. Very similar would be a 14-point come from behind victory and then end up winning by 10. What do you make of what the New York Knicks did last night?
Man, they are on fire right now. To me, it showed that one team, although they've never won anything, on all those guys on the Knicks roster, they are so much more older veteran guys than every starter on San Antonio. The first 6 guys in San Antonio, this is like their first playoff appearance. They're all 22, 21 years old, and it showed last night. So they blow that lead, which in the NBA, a 14-point lead isn't crazy, especially in the third quarter, especially with the three-pointer nowadays. And so, there was a point with about 4 or 5 minutes left when the Knicks had an 8-point lead, and San Antonio had to fight back to take a 1-point lead. And then around, 2 or 3 minutes left, that's when Brunson just absolutely took over and could not be stopped by Wemby or anyone on San Antonio's roster. And he just had their way with him. He shot really low percentage-wise because he struggled so bad at the beginning of the game. But, he was unconscious at the end of the game. I don't think he missed any of his last 5 or 6 shots. It was a great team performance, too. Karl Anthony Towns basically played the game of his life on defense and offense against Wemby. It was just a fantastic performance by New York last night.
No excuses by Wemby. Quote,
no.
Yeah, I was bad tonight. It's not more complicated than that. End of quote. I love it. I love the fact that he owned it. 26-12, but he was only 6-21 from the field. So game one goes to the road team in the NBA, just like game one went to the road team in game one in the National Hockey League. Okay, let's get to this. First of all, there is Jaguars news today. There were a couple of transactions. They signed an offensive lineman by the name of Tristan Colon. They signed a DB by the name of Dane Jackson. They placed a cornerback, Keith Taylor, on injured reserve. Ryan O'Halloran, I'll get to that in a moment, said something along the lines of a weightlifting injury. And once again, they have waived Sal Wormley. So he was let go a little bit earlier
Are we going to go with Cologne or Colon?
Don't know. Harry Colon? Remember when he played? Yeah. Bart Cologne, right? We knew that it was
Bartolo Cologne, of course.
Cologne. But I don't know where we're going to go with this.
I love your version. I like Colon.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. We will find out. O'Halloran said, per source, that Taylor recently tore his pec muscle while lifting weights.
Damn.
He goes on to say that Dane Jackson had a couple of tours in Buffalo one year in Carolina. Man, you talk about painful injuries. Can you imagine tearing a pec while lifting weights? That is brutal. Absolutely out of this world. So, by the way, O'Halloran and Carline in tomorrow and every Friday now from 4 to 6. Frangie now off Fridays, and I'll join those two once football gets underway. I'm hoping that we'll put that together. I would assume by August would be my best guess. I don't have the particulars on that as of yet, but as soon as we know, we will let you know. All right. Big fan of Parker Washington. I've said all along, I think this deal gets done before training camp. So right now you have about 50 days, right? This is the 4th of June. You have mandatory minicamp Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 3 days of media accessibility, and the fans are allowed to go out there on the 10th to the Miller Electric Center. Again, for all the details on that, I would go to Jaguars.com and register in order to watch these guys work. It's going to be before the Heat every practice is scheduled for 9 a.m. on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But I want to say training camp begins, 22nd, 23rd, 24th of July. So it's about 50 days, somewhere in that neighborhood, as far as the start of camp. I have been under the belief that this deal is going to get done. And I also totally believe that the best of Parker Washington is still ahead. I don't think he got really any recognition at all until this past season. I mean, I'm old enough to remember 1 year ago when you were talking about, some of you, trading Parker Washington to get a 6th-round pick. This guy's as tough as nails. He's such a good teammate. He is a downfield blocker. He is unselfish. He is a very good punt returner. I do wonder about that. It's part of his game. Do you want him to be consistently your punt returner year after year after year? I mean, if you pay this guy a ton of money, do you want him to go back and return punts? He broke 2 last year. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, that's part of what he gives you. But he also, the negative here is that he gets dinged. He gets nicked up in game. He's physical and he takes a lot of hits and he spends time in the blue tent and he gets evaluated, for concussions and things come up. So durability to me is really the only issue I have for Parker Washington. This guy's fearless, man. He'll run crossing patterns. He will take hits. I think Jacoby Myers being added to this football team has done wonders for Parker Washington. I really hope it grows on Brian Thomas Jr., who, of course, looked just spectacular this past Monday out during OTA session number 4. But the money that's coming in now is really out of this world. I mean, I'm not comparing him to Drake London. I'm not. But his representatives are absolutely going to bring this up. They're going to say Drake London just got 4 years, $141 million, $100 million guaranteed. That's an average of over $35 million a year. Again, I'm not comparing him to Drake London. I'm just giving you the very latest. Remember, we had this conversation about Trayvon Walker, and you look at all of the defensive ends, all the edge, and the enormous amount of money they made. I thought every time one of those deals went in, Walker was going to watch his price tag increase. I feel the same way here about Parker Washington. Now today, Christian Watson. I mean, this guy's never had more than 620 yards receiving in a season, and he's been nicked up. Ryan O'Halloran put this out earlier today. Watson in 4 years, 12 games was his average, 33.3 catches per year, his average, 566 yards and 5 touchdowns. That is what he has averaged in his career. Parker Washington averages 14 games a career, 35.3 catches. Okay, so actually 2 more catches per season in 2 more games, Washington to Watson. 456 yards, so he's down 100 yards on average, and, nearly 2 touchdowns below, 3.3 for Parker, 5 for Christian Watson. And, I've always said this, and I talked about it last night in depth. I won't do that to you right now. But I've always looked at it this way, and this is really every form of life when it comes to your occupation, honestly. What are you getting paid for? Are you getting paid for what you've done, or are you going to get paid for what they believe you can do? They're paying Christian Watson based on what they think he can do. I mean, an average of $27.6 million a year? Who in their right mind thinks that? I mean, there's no way that Jacksonville's going to pay Parker Washington, $27.6 million a year, right? And again, Watson's numbers, it's not like they dwarf Parker Washington. So what they've said in Green Bay is he's going to get better. He's only going to get better. Let's get him locked up. Drake London, again, these numbers are insane. $35 million a year for Drake London. So I've always been under the belief, and we know Myers got about 20 a year, all right? I've always thought Parker Washington, 6th-round pick, 3 good years, year 4, going to be paid $16.5, 17, maybe $18 million a year. JJ, am I dead wrong? Is this going north of that and maybe north of $20 million a year?
It depends on how many years, I guess. Like if it's a shorter deal, I could see it being over 20, but I not like a 4-year deal. I'd be shocked if you especially before this season, like before the season starts, I'd be shocked if he gets like 60 plus. But we'll see.
He is the definition of what this new organization is all about. He fits this 100%. I mean, he is literally the blueprint of this example. When you hear Gladstone make the comments that he does about the ecosystem, about the culture, about loving the game, about being a great team. I mean, that's Parker Washington. What a great representative of Duval that he is. And
if you pay him, does that hamstring you in your attempt or ability to pay BTJ, though? If he has like a breakout huge season and is the guy that we thought he would be after his rookie season, if you give too much money to Parker, then you're not unable to sign probably the guy with a higher ceiling than BTJ.
I noticed today that Pittsburgh signed a tight end after only 3 years, which surprised me. That would be the case if they did what you mentioned after the year with Brian Thomas Jr. He is eligible for a contract extension after 3 years. I think because he's a first-round guy and you can pick up the 5th-year option, and after what just happened, I think that's on the back burner.
Right. I'm not saying they would sign him after this season. I'm saying if you have Parker locked up for a few years, is that going to hurt your ability to sign BTJ to a big contract when that time comes?
Jacksonville has been really hurt by dead money the last 2 years. Some really bad free agency signings and second contracts that were handed out by Trent Baalke. It affected them this year as well. They're paying off guys that they shouldn't have to pay off. The hope in the future, they were over $84 million last year. Right now, they sit at, let me pull this up, overthecap.com. Jacksonville sits at $54.7 million in dead money. All dead money means is it goes against your salary cap. $301.2 million is what you can have your cap at, right? Your entire roster, 53 guys, those on injured reserve, your 16 practice squad players, all have to be under $301 million. Well, $54 million of that is used for dead money. Again, last year it was $84 million. I believe that moving forward, this dead money is not going to be nearly as significant as it is now. Let's say you can cut it down to $20 million. Well, that saves you $34 million. So to answer your question, if they run the books that way and with the salary cap always increasing, and that's good and bad. You know, we're getting an 18th game, so the salary cap is going to go up. I also believe that they have to expand the 53-man roster to maybe 55 or so, or they may say, all right, well, the practice squad is good enough, but certainly they have to expand the game day roster. Okay, you need to have more guys who are available to play on Sunday. I think they're fine to sign guys because I think they're getting rid of bad money, and hopefully that's not the case in the future.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like guys on this roster now who might eventually become bad money.
Makari.
Yes. But there's not too
Loicon.
many. There's not as many as there was like a couple seasons ago.
There's not. We need to take a break here. As a matter of fact, let's continue that on the other side. Let's look at a couple of future contracts with guys that I do not think are going to be back next year. I just say off the top of my head, I don't think Macari's back next year. Cleveland's a free agent. He's not back next year. I don't think Loicon is back next year. I don't think Walker Little is back next year. I don't think who else on that defense? Eric Armstead is back next year. Let's take a look at these guys on the other side.
Tom McManus.
Well, what's he like?
Big, tall, shoulders like an ox, has the strength of 10 men.
On Helmets and Heels.
Oh,
it's me, all right. Weekdays 2 to 4 on 1010XL.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Hicken here, or maybe you should call me Dreamfinders Danny. Look what Dreamfinders is doing again, an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down the rate and get in the game. You heard me right, a 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
When you want to know what's happening in Gainesville, roll with the Gator Report. I'm Joe C. Listen for updates on Florida Gator athletics several times a week on 1010XL. Built by Cash Building Material. Windows and doors done right.
Go, Gator!
Relive the music of Journey live at Florida Theater with Voyage, the world's premier Journey tribute band. Hear all the hits, performed with stunning accuracy and arena rock energy. Experience Voyage, June 11th at Florida Theater. Get tickets now at floridatheater.com.
Soccer fans, Michelob Ultra is going to pay somebody $90,000 to go to the FIFA World Cup 2026 final and bring the Superior Player of the Match trophy. Yes, I'm being serious right now. Got some weight to it. This is the real thing, people. Michelob Ultra, $90,000. FIFA World Cup 2026 final. You watch the match, you get the honor of carrying the Superior Player of the Match trophy. That's a soccer fan's dream come true.
Enjoy the beautiful game with a cold Michelob Ultra, the official beer of World Cup 2026.
Let's go! Looking for an exciting, fun-filled evening the whole group can enjoy? Discover the thrill of Sharks football. It's fast-paced, action-packed, and full of family fun. This week, it's Christmas in June. Be one of the first 2,000 fans and receive a free hat, courtesy of Fat Cat Tattoo. Get out of the heat and into the arena. This Saturday, June 6th, kickoff, 7 o'clock, and tickets start at just $15. Wear your favorite ugly sweater, Santa hat, or any holiday gear you can find. Let's sing some carols, have some fun, and watch some exciting Sharks football. Bring the whole crew and try our family pack. Get 4 tickets and $50 in food or merchandise vouchers for only $100. Join us on the field after the game for our free autograph session, sponsored by Flight Adventure Park. Tickets start at just $15. To get yours, call 904-621-0700. That's 621-0700. Sharks football, where memories are made.
Go Sharks! Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking mumbo-jumbo. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from high heels to wagon wheels. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
This summer, there's no better place to belong than the YMCA. Right now, if you join the Y, we'll waive the joining fee, and your 4th month is free. Start enjoying everything the Y has to offer today. Pools, group fitness, family events, youth programs, and a supportive community that's here for you. At the Y, It's more than a membership. It's a place to connect, grow, and thrive. There's no place like this place. Join the Y at fcymca.org and use code FREEMONTH.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
No place I'd rather be than right here on Bowden Road. Plush Studios. 92.5 FM. However, the Blue Crab House. Saturday night, man. What a blast we had out there. Myself, the GF, and a couple of friends. Woo! We just kept ordering. Oyster after oyster after oyster, to the point where they became oysters. It was nuts. It was absolutely crazy. What a night. And I love the Blue Crab House. Right off of Jointon Creek Road, San Jose to Jointon Creek. Okay, let's look at this real quick. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but it makes sense. And this is why you bring up stuff like this in the month of June. This is such a pleasant problem. I asked Liam Cohen on Monday about, is there enough balls to go around? Again, in 32 years, how many times have you ever heard that question being asked to this franchise? It hasn't happened, even in their great early years. I mean, the most touchdowns Mark Brunell overthrew in a season was 20. Okay? I mean, things have changed. This is the highest scoring offense one season ago. And if you can't re-sign your own draft picks, that to me is a major definition of a perennial playoff football team. Look at Seattle, look at Pittsburgh, look at New England. Look at all the players they lost from 2000 on. And again, oh, they should have brought back ETN. Oh, they should have brought back Devin Lloyd. Okay. Well, there's an example of two. So if you look ahead, it's the 2023 draft class that will become free agents. The only exception to that is Anton Harrison. His fifth-year option has been picked up by the Jaguars. That only applies to first-round draft picks. That only applies as a team option, not a player option. So Harrison's good for two more. Let's go from the highest salary cap number down so we can figure out where they're going to make some money. All right, Trevor Lawrence ain't going anywhere. Josh Hines-Allen ain't going anywhere. Eric Armstead is a free agent at the end of the year. Okay, this is it for him. Right? I mean, I hope he has a good year. I know he just sold his home, but he's gone. Foye Oluokun, this is very interesting to me. He's such a leader on that defense. He's been a warrior. He's been a very good football player. The guy plays virtually each and every snap, but this is a young man's game. And let's pull up his contract here. I think this is really in question, although financially speaking, it's bearable. He's got a cap number of $15,858,000. So if he doesn't lose a step, I think this is going to be a very difficult decision that the football team is going to have to make. The pre-June 1st cuts, well, you'd eat 7.4 in dead, but you'd recoup 8.4. Let's look at post-June 1st to see if they would actually go that route. And it's basically the same. Save $9 million, you eat $6.8 million. I'm under the impression this is it for Foye. Okay? I've said that all along. I said that last year that I thought Devin Lloyd would go and I thought Foye would go. And I was thinking that it's going to be Jack Kaiser. And who knows who the off-the-ball linebacker is going to be. We'll have to see the type of year Ventrell Miller has. And you can really make the case, much like Devin Lloyd, that if Ventrell Miller has a spectacular year, he could outprice this team and move elsewhere. Walker Little, I think, this team would love to move him if they could get anything for him. Next year, it's a big cap number, man. $15,558,000. Now, that's not big for a starting left tackle in the NFL. It is big for a guy where you don't know where he's going to play. I mean, in Walker Little's career, maybe his best results have been at right guard. Certainly haven't been at right tackle. And, he's been adequate at times at left tackle. But, you eat $4.6 million, you bring back $10.8 million. I think that's it. So next year, Armstead gone, free agent. Aloakon let go. Walker Little let go. Devon Hamilton is a free agent at the end of the year. He's going to be a year older. He played 44% of the defensive snaps this past year. They love him. He's a team guy. He's a warrior. But he's getting older. That'll be interesting. Ezra Cleveland, a free agent. He gone. Travis Hunter, Trayvon Walker in. Patrick McCarry. Let's dive into his numbers. This is still somewhat of a surprise to me that they brought him back. I think there's a little bit of pride here. I think there's a little bit of ego here that he was their big prize in their first ever free agency class. They paid this guy a ton of money, and he was not healthy. It was a disappointing year. I'm sure their thinking is, get him healthy. Can he respond this season? I hope it's the case for him. Next year's cap number, oh boy, $18,173,000. Eat 5.1, bring back 13 mil. I would say the chances of Patrick McCarry being here in a year are very slim. But then again, I'm one of those who thought that he would get cut this year. Jordan Lewis, part of the conversation as well. Cap figure of $12.8 million. Dead money's enormous at 9.4. Let me see if that changes post June 1. It does. You can get it at 4.8 and recoup $8 million. He's got voidable years, so you're going to have some dead money, in the future as well. But I would assume that he is gone. Jacoby Myers is here. Cole Van Lannon is here. Robert Hainsey, I think it's the end of the road for him after this season. I think it's Jonah Monheim. Now, he's got a fairly cap-friendly deal. $9.8 million for a starting center ain't bad. You'd have to eat 5.8 of that, recoup $4 million. But, we'll see. And obviously, all of these that I'm forecasting are gone has a lot to do with how they play. Eric Murray, same situation. Some think he could get cut this year. They only save like $400K by cutting him. It's pretty foolish. Well, let me get to this year before the break. And okay, yeah, it's only $460,000. And you'd have an enormous dead cap figure. So it makes absolutely zero sense to cut Eric Murray. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, $9 million cap figure and dead money of $8.8 million. Doesn't make any sense at all. So, he's not going to get cut. Some people have speculated that. And you'd only save it's only $426,000. I apologize. I read that wrong. No way. That's not going to happen. So there you go. I mean, those are basically looking at some guys. Chuma Edoga is a free agent. He's gone. What the Jaguars have to decide is, where is your signing order? My opinion, it's this. Parker Washington 1, Brenton Strange 2. What to do with Antonio Johnson? Had one good year. Can he give you a second? If so, does he become the staple of your safety room. I put him at 3. Number 4 for me is going to be Devon Hamilton. What do they decide to do there? After that, Ross Matisick. Again, Anton Harrison is signed for 2 more years because you pick up the 5th-year option, but certainly they could elect to go ahead and do him. And then remember, after that, then you got to start to look at the Brian Thomas Jr.'s, the Jarian Joneses. Unfortunately, this was an awful draft class. I gave credit to Bulky for the very good 2023 draft class. 2024 was awful. After Brian Thomas Jr., Mason Smith, Jarian Jones, who's a good player, Javon Foster, Jordan Jefferson, DeAndre Prince, Robinson, Keelan Robinson, the great Cam Little, the nuclear weapon, and Miles Cole. So you hit on 3 of 10 picks. All right. That's so in the future, and kickers are getting paid now. You're going to have to re-sign this kid, but again, you got a couple of years to worry about that. No doubt about it. He's only played for 2 seasons. All right, so you want to give us some of your thoughts on that? I know I haven't had an opportunity to get to a lot of you tonight as far as questions. We've just been so busy, but it is always appreciated.
Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Rotator cuff injuries are common among athletes and those who have physically demanding careers. Don't let this injury keep you away from the sport you love. Dr. George Barry here, and the first thing you need to do with a serious shoulder injury is to diagnose where the damage is and how significant it is. Rotator cuff tears are either acute tears sustained during an injury or accident, or degenerative tears. If you're interested in learning more about rotator cuff repair and how our expert team of orthopedic surgeons can help you, call Barry Orthopedics today or visit barryorthopedics.com.
When you're hungry, go big, and more importantly, go to Dailies, where they got anything and everything to tantalize your taste buds and fill you up. At Dailies, our barbecue beef brisket sandwich is slow smoked to perfection, tender, juicy, and full of bold flavor. It's the kind of sandwich that truly satisfies. Try the barbecue brisket sandwich at Dailies. Meanwhile, some favorites never go out of style. The Duval sub at Dailies is stacked, loaded, and made with the bold flavor you want in every bite. Fresh ingredients, big taste. It's a local favorite. Grab the Duval sub today at Dailies. Or maybe you just want a delicious chicken sandwich. Some choices just work. The chicken sandwich at Dailies is crispy on the outside, it's juicy on the inside, and it is full of flavor. Perfect for lunch, perfect for dinner, perfect anytime hunger hits. So grab the chicken sandwich today at Dailies. Dailies is made fresh, it's made local, and Dailies is built for big appetites. I'll see you there today.
Hacker here for Cornerstone Interior Solutions. If your AC is working overtime every summer, your insulation may be the problem. Homeowners and builders across Northeast Florida are calling Cornerstone to upgrade to spray foam insulation. It seals homes, crawl spaces, garages, blocking in cool air and blocking out heat. So your home stays cooler, your system runs easier, and your energy bills stay under control. Don't wait for peak heat. Visit CornerstoneInteriorSolutions.com.
This is Hayes Carlion for First Florida Credit Union. I went to the branch on 210 to get my car loan and had a fantastic experience. I got a great rate and was in and out. The online banking services are also outstanding. Depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, pal. Where have you been?
Out on the town, every night.
Way to go, Tiger.
Well, it's a bit of a mystery, Jason. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm getting all these Visa gift cards in the mail. I'm spending them as fast as I can, but...
Wait, you're getting random gift cards in the mail?
$25, $100. I'm buying drinks, I'm buying dinner. I don't think I'm cut out to be a social butterfly, Jason.
Pal, those are from our Bueller Air and Plumbing referral program.
They are?
Yeah. If you recommend Bueller Air and Plumbing to a friend or family member and they book us for a service call, we send you a $25 Visa gift card as a thank you. And if we install a new system, we send a $100 gift card.
So if I take a girl out and tell her about Bueller, I might get enough to take another girl out and tell her about Bueller?
I mean, it's not the worst idea you've had.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Summer's here, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your backyard with Superior Fence and Rail. Get the fence you've been wanting with 12 months financing and no interest, so you can enjoy more privacy, more security, and more curb appeal without the upfront stress. Make your outdoor space ready for summer. You must have credit approval from our third-party financial institution. Call today or visit SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
The golden moment was on Tuesday night. 5 goals by 5 different players for the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Can they do it again on the road? They've won 7 in a row. Carolina has only lost twice so far in the Stanley Cup playoffs, right? They've gone 12-2. We'll see what happens tonight. Carolina, a small favorite. Remember, they got up 2-0 and surrendered that lead to Las Vegas. That's coming up in about 35 minutes or so. Really looking forward to it. All right, let's go through these random fires. 60-65 Blue, I say Parker, 5 years, $100 million, 70 guaranteed.
Wow.
That's too much. I'd be surprised if it's more than 4 years. Appreciate your opinion, though. But at 5409, by the time BTJ gets an extension, Myers will be cut. That's
a great point.
It's a very fair point. Look at all the guys I just cut. Some of you are angry with me for cutting Aloha Khan. It's the way it's a young man's league. And it's an absolutely fair point by the 5409. 0148 says BTJ. I almost said the BTK.
Totally different guys.
Dennis Rader. Bind, torture, kill. He took 10 years off in Wichita.
Now, why do they call him the BTK killer when the K is killer? That always bothered me.
Yeah, it's kind of like saying a grand slam home run.
Exactly.
It's also like saying back to back to back, which is impossible.
Wow, I never even thought of that. I've been hearing it my whole life. Wow, you just blew my mind.
0148, BTJ instead of Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean turns out to be at least as big of a bust as passing on y'all's dreamboat hitch. Okay. Certainly worthy. Right now it's tough to argue with that point based on last year's results, but get back to me this season, please. 35-25. Over the past 5 years, Trevor's had the most lost passing yards because of drops. 1,215 yards. With that being said, which receivers can't the Jags live without? Yeah, last night, a couple guys got absolutely, it was actually one guy, got furious with me. Said I was lying to the public about bringing up drop passes. Okay? Drop balls. All right? I read it. Now, everyone's date is different. Okay? But I didn't say, hey, let me come in here tonight and throw out this stat.
Oh, I got this lie. I got this lie I've been cooking up for weeks now.
Blue here, the truth teller with a lie. Yeah, no doubt about it. 0107. Okay, that's NBA related. I apologize. Let's move on. 1383, 2-hit treasure. The double bagger band.
And that's for what do you call a band who has 2 hits?
I kind of like that. Let's coin that. Let's trademark it. What did Riley coin? Was it
3-peat?
Was it 3-peat?
Yeah.
Okay. 5022 drops Brandon Marsh on me. Thank you. That was early in the program. All you guys from Villanova won plenty, and that was the difference. I have absolutely no idea with the Villanova references. 33.
That's the Knicks. They got like a lot of Villanova guys on their team.
There you go. With that the 3-guard offense, right? Going back to that. Twilight Zone. Hot damn, what a show. You saw him. No, it's just Jags in the Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone. 2-hit wonder. Yeah. A band with 2 hits is addictive. Okay, look at all these. Radar Love. I'd love to be able to give you something. I mean, you nailed it. 94-23. Billy, you couldn't be more wrong about Carolina Hurricane fans. They're a fantastic fan base. Matter of fact, Carolina Bunny and Son are rolling in tonight, and the only thing they want to do is watch the game. And Raleigh is not just a NASCAR town. That's like saying no one in Jacksonville cares about the Jags. Okay.
I did look up the the Carolina Hurricanes attendance this year, and it was like 4th or 5th, maybe like top 10 in the league. 100% capacity. So I was shocked by that.
I think I said it this way, though. I was really and have been really surprised at how great that fan base has been in hockey in what I think is a wine and cheese state that is dominated by NASCAR and college hoops.
You can't give anyone credit without them finding something that you said negative.
Appreciate the comment anyway. All right, Hacker Nation's going to join you at 8. We still have much more to do.
Jaguars, Gators, and First Coast Fun. Look out for The Lead with Hayes Carline and Ryan O'Halloran. Friday afternoons 4 to 6 on 1010XL.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
Get ready for PGA Tour champions to return to Hammock Beach Golf Resort and Spa for the 2026 Constellation Furyk and Friends, October 9th to 11th.
Hey everyone, this is Jim Furyk. Join us this fall for world-class golf, incredible food, live music, and an unforgettable weekend on the iconic Ocean Course.
Plus, don't miss country music star Billy Currington live at the Furyk Foundation concert on Friday, October 9th. For tickets and info, visit ConstellationFurykandFriends.com.
Champions aren't born. They're built. Follow 1010XL's coverage of organized team activities. Installed by Cash Building Material and Dexafit Jacksonville. Keep the offseason rolling with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken glass replaced. Decorative tabletops. Windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval!
It's time to fire up the grill with this week's specials from Houston's Meat Company. Get 10 pounds of fresh jumbo chicken wings for just $19.95. Fresh made in-house ground beef, only $3.99 a pound. And whole packed boneless ribeye loins, just $12.95 a pound, sliced free. Big quality, big savings, and local service you can count on. For over 50 years, Jacksonville's trusted butcher shop has been Houston's Meat Company. North Main Street at 295.
Feel a vibration in your steering wheel at highway speeds? That's not something to ignore, and a standard tire balance might not fix it. At G&H Tires and Service, they offer Road Force Balancing, an advanced system that simulates how your tire actually performs on the road to detect hidden issues. It goes beyond traditional balancing to reduce vibration, improve handling, and extend the life of your tires. Newer vehicles, especially with low-profile tires, demand this level of precision. Drive smoother. G&H Tires and Service on Beach Boulevard, where your ride gets dialed in right.
I'm with Sullivan from Cycles of Jacksonville and Sullivan. You love the beach and you love to ride, so tell everybody what Honda's got cooking right now.
Yes, definitely. Here at Cycles of Jacksonville, we have a full line: Hondas, Vespas, Triumphs, everything you can think of just to ride to the beach. It's going to be the best summer ever when you hop on that ride this year.
And so if you head to the showroom first, you're going to see all sorts of examples of what they can enjoy.
Exactly. Come see us at the showroom, Atlantic Boulevard. We're ready to see you there.
You can log on, check out their Facebook page or cyclesofjacksonville.com.
Yep, he's planning another project. So, this Father's Day at Lowe's, tap into free gifts for Dad. Get a free Select Craftsman power tool when you buy a Craftsman V20 charger with 2 amp-hour and 4 amp-hour batteries. Plus, get a free DeWalt power tool when you buy a Select 20-volt Max XR 4 amp-hour battery kit. Dad knows our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 7/14 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Joe C. here. I tried playing handyman with my sprinklers and French drain. And royally failed. So I called Clearwater Irrigation and Drainage, and John Haney came out personally, just like he'll do for you.
You know it. And for a limited time, my good buddy Joe C's coming too.
Huh?
Ain't that right, Joe?
I gotta go to the game.
Go? Go.
Clearwater Irrigation.
At least do this part.
And drainage too.
ClearwaterJacks.com. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, the anticipation of game twos, a couple of them tonight. Carolina and Las Vegas in the NHL, and Texas Tech, Texas women's softball playing for a championship. Those two will wrap up first, I believe, unless the Knicks win 3 in a row and end up sweeping San Antonio.
Knicks are on a historic streak.
I guess
12 in a row. I mean, how many teams can say they've won 12 NBA playoff games in a row? And boy, Jalen Brunson, my goodness, man. You want to talk about just a run of runs, some of the things he's doing, particularly when it looked like he got hurt last night. He comes back in the fourth quarter, and San Antonio couldn't stop him.
We saw a lot of blowouts, even in the 7-game series between Oklahoma City and San Antonio. I've always believed this, and who knows, every game is different. But I think it would have been better for San Antonio to get blown out last night than to surrender a 14-point lead in the third quarter, come back again in the fourth quarter, and surrender it again.
You forget how young San Antonio is till you see the ages all in there. I mean, their starting lineup, like with their average age, is like 25, 26 years old. When De'Aaron Fox is the veteran of your starting five, there's just not a lot of experience. And what the Knicks do have is a ton of experience, from Karl Anthony Towns to Anunoby to Jalen Brunson. They've been through the battles year after year after year, either on the Knicks or with other organizations. And I think you saw a little bit of that in the fourth quarter last night, particularly in about the last 4 minutes.
All right, so they took away the home court, kind of like Las Vegas took away the home ice. I was totally wrong in game one. I thought Carolina, and they were up 2-0. Again, that's similar to being up by 14 points in the NBA. Vegas came back. Same situation here. Vegas wins tonight. Carolina's in a whole heck of a lot of trouble. But I thought it'd be a low-scoring game. They end up putting up 9 goals in game one.
It was fun to watch, and I got to ask you, because I have absolutely no idea, why did Las Vegas get so good so quickly? They were an expansion team less than 10 years ago. They already have a cup. They're 3 games away from getting a second cup. Did they get advantages for being an expansion team with the salary cap, that sort of thing?
Yeah, they did, and they took advantage of that. There's no question about it. The NFL obviously changed. Look at both Carolina and Jacksonville in year 2, 1996. But they went through a big slump. About 2 weeks before the playoffs came into play, and they said goodbye to Bruce Cassidy. John Tortorella has just totally ignited this hockey team. They're 20-4 with a tie, or an overtime loss, I guess is the correct way to say it. So, somewhat, but it's more than that, because a lot of time has now passed in hockey terms, and they've just done a wonderful job. They're such a good skating team. And, you know, they got guys who can put the puck in the net. So we'll see what happens here tonight.
I'm looking forward to watching. It's certainly a must-win for Carolina, you would think.
Yeah. What do you got going on as well?
Got a guy that I'm sure you know very well, Bill Bender of the Sporting News, is going to stop by, talk a little Florida and Florida State, little Dave Kluge from Football Guys, as we'll talk fantasy football, as you're never too early for that. Talk about the Jaguars as well. And our AFC East preview week concludes tonight. We've made stops in everywhere except New England. We will go up to New England. Dan Roach of WBZ Television in Boston, recapping the Patriots offseason.
I love Dan Roach. Sat in studio with him, Barry Peterson, and was it Fred Smirlis? Back the day before the 1996 AFC Championship game.
Wow, very cool.
At WBZ Studios in Boston back in that January of 1996. Dan Roach been there for a long time. Good guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Very good guy. All right, Hack, have a fun show.
Thanks, Rick.
It's going to do it for us. We're out of here. Thank you to JJ LaSelva. I am Rick Ballou. Enjoy Hacker Nation. Enjoy those games tonight. We'll get up again tomorrow on Friday at 6 o'clock right here on your home of the Jazz.
Taking it to the bank.